bottoms down, chair yoga for everyone. I'm Carol. I'm glad you've joined us today. Today is class number 15 of our 30 class chair yoga series. We're going to start seated, then we'll move into standing for tree pose. We'll move back to seated. If you like the experience, please click that subscribe button. It's free, and leave a comment. Let's get started. So we're going to start by sitting up nice and tall in our chair. We're going to pull those shoulders down out of the ears, lifting up through the heart. Make sure that belly is engaged. Your hands are going to rest lightly on your thighs, and you're going to flip your palms up to the ceiling. Now, as we connect our body, mind, and breath, let's connect those feet to the earth. Connect your sits bones to the chair. Close your eyes. And just breathe. So we're just feeling our natural inhalation and exhalation. And then we're going to elongate that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. Then just breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. We're going to move into some shoulder rolls. So just rolling those shoulders forward. And then we're going to roll them back. Oh, I think I did it backwards. It doesn't matter. Just do them each direction, right? And let's do it one more time. That should feel good. And reverse it. Move that head around a little bit if you want to, right? Excellent. Okay. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. So these pointy bones here on the edges of your hips, I want you to rock those up towards your shoulders. And as you do that, you're going to feel a nice rounding in the lower part of the spine, right? Should feel pretty good. Now, we're going to take those hip tips and now we're going to rock them towards our knees. And there's going to be just a little back bend there. Let's do that again. Just some pelvic tilts here as we begin to warm up that spine. We want that spine to feel mobile. Go ahead and rock at your own pace. It's fine. If you want to add the breath, you would inhale here. And then you would exhale as you extend. But you don't have to do that breath. You can just breathe normally. Let's just do one more. Excellent. All right, let's just come back up into that neutral spine. Now we're going to move a little bit forward in our chair, and our feet are going to be hip distance apart. Let's reach back and grab that chair, and we're going to drop our knees to the right. Come center and drop your knees the other way. Do you feel that? Nice stretch. Let's do that again. And the other way. And release that. Okay, so if that feels good, you're going to keep doing that. If you want the add-on, what we're going to do is we're going to drop our knees to the right. I'm going to pick my right foot up and I'm going to place it on the outside of that left thigh. Now, if this bothers your knees, you're not going to do that. You're not going to pick the leg up, right? You're just going to leave the feet on the floor. But I don't know about you, but I feel a pretty good stretch right here. Oh, that feels good. One more breath here. Let's take this foot off, place that foot back on the floor, bring the knees forward. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So let the knees fall first, all right? Remember, you can stay right here if this is where you want to be. Absolutely fine. Otherwise, you're going to pick that foot up, place it on that ankle. It just gives you a little more stretch. One more breath here. Let's pick that foot up, bring those knees forward. And that's good. So that's windshield wiper knees, right? Excellent. Now the next one is a bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. in our chair. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our hands on our thighs, and then we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, okay? So soles of the feet are together and knees are just kind of splayed open. So I want you to feel like you're solidly on that chair, but you probably want to be a little bit forward in the chair, okay? So that probably is going to give you a little bit more opportunity to release into this open knee feeling pose, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and bring the knees in. I want you to heel toe your feet out just a little bit and then rotate the knees in, okay? So that should feel pretty good, little internal rotation of those hips, okay? Now, let's go ahead and do that one more time. We're going to put the soles of the feet together. Our knees are splayed open again, right? I'm moving a little bit further forward. That's going to feel better for me. Hanging on to either, you can hang on to the chair or you can have your hands on your thighs. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the spine and then we're going to let that heart begin to fall forward. So make sure you're on the chair, with stability, so don't feel like you're going to fall off the chair. Extending the spine super long, letting that heart fall forward. How does that feel? I know, right? Little Baddha Konasana pose. We have one more breath, and let's tuck that chin and roll it up. And we're going to heel toe those feet out, and we're going to bring those knees in. I'd like to do that one more time. What do you think? Can we do it just one more time? All right. Let's heel toe those feet back in together. Soles of the feet are together. Knees are splayed open. Hands resting on the thighs or on the chair. Extend the spine long. Keep the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. Keep your belly tight here. Extend through that spine. Nice long back, right? Flat back. One more breath and roll it up. Oh my goodness. And let's go ahead and do that hip internal rotation again. Very, very good. Okay, so we're going to come into seated camel pose. Now, camel pose is going to create a little bit of a back bend, and so I'm going to give you lots of options for you to do it safely and comfortably for you. I'm going to turn to the side. You're going to stay facing me. I just want you to see what I'm doing with my hands in the back. So I'm going to take one hand and I will place it in the small of my back on one side of my spine. The other hand is in the small of the back on the other side of the spine. Now, you can have flat palms or you can do fists, okay? Either is fine. All right, if you got that? Now, all you're going to do is with your hands is you're going to push your hips forward. Now, as you push your hips forward, notice what's happening to my chest. My heart is lifting, isn't it? So I'm kind of looking up a little bit where the ceiling and the wall meet. One more breath. Now, pull your belly in, come in, and we're going to move into cat pose. So hands on thighs, elbows wide, tuck the chin, let the head fall. One more breath here. All right, let's do that again. Place your hands in the small of the back. It can be fists or it can be palms. Push those hips forward. Now, see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. See if you can lift your heart a little bit higher. One more breath here. Pull the belly in. Round it down. Hands on the thighs, elbows wide, cat pose. One more breath here and release. Okay, excellent work. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. We're going to hold on to that chair to start with, and we're going to move into tree pose. Put the weight into the leg that's next to the chair. Create a kickstand with that other foot. So the toes are going to stay on the mat. The heel is up against the ankle of the standing leg, but your toes are down. Pull your belly in as tight as you can. So balanced poses, we need to keep the abdominals engaged. So belly is tight, pelvic floor muscles are lifted. We're going to let go of the chair, and we're going to bring our hands to heart. How does that feel? Tree pose. Now, our first add-on is we're going to extend our arms up to the ceiling. So there's the branches for our trees. One more breath here. Bring your hands back down and release. Okay, how'd that feel? Let's do the other side. We're going to stay on this side of our chair though. So we're going to put our weight now into the leg that's not next to the chair, and we're going to create that kickstand. Pull that belly in really tight, right? So we really want to activate our abdominals here. Pull the pelvic floor muscles up. Super strong core. Okay, are we ready? Let's go ahead and bring one hand to heart. Let go of that chair. Bring the other hand to heart. All right, are we ready to add our branches? Let's add our branches. One more breath here. Bring your hands back to heart and release. Okay, now I'm going to give you two more add-ons. So the first add-on is, instead of keeping our foot in kickstand, we're going to bring our leg up, okay, to the thigh. It can also be here at the ankle. It can also stay in kickstand, okay? So all of those are great options. Then the second add-on, so we're going to move into that pose. Then we're going to add a warrior three. So what's going to happen is, if you're in kickstand, you're going to bring your knee forward and you're going to push your foot back behind you, and you'll be on those back toes, okay? So I'm here, knee comes forward, push back, you're on your toes. So we still have that connection with that other foot to the floor, but you're still working your balance. I promise you, you are. Now, if you want to do the legs, you can either be here at your calf or you can be all the way up at your thigh. It really doesn't matter to me. Then you're going to bring that knee forward and you're going to push the foot behind you. Right? Knee forward, push the foot behind you, and the toes will not be on the floor. And there's your warrior three with prayer hands. Okay? So kind of pick the version that you want to do. So let's start in kickstand. Remember, belly tight, pelvic floor muscles lift, core is the key to balance. We're going to let go of that chair. Now, if you want, you're going to lift your foot up. But remember, keeping it in kickstand is absolutely fine. Let's add our branches to our beautiful trees. Bring your hands back to heart. We're going to move into warrior three. Knee comes forward. Push your foot back behind you. Prayer hands. Remember, toes can be down or toes can be lifted. 3, 2, 1. Come out of it mindfully. We want to put that foot down with conviction, on purpose, right? So we all fall out of balance poses. We just do. All of us do. If you fall out of it, I want you to get right back into it and then come out of it mindfully. That's how we begin to train our brain and work on our balance. Let's do the other side. So now I'm going to put my weight into the other leg. I'm going to move just a little bit away from my chair so I know I have enough room. Okay? So starting kickstand. Ready? Bring one hand to heart, then bring the other hand to heart. We're going to keep our hands here at heart for right now. And if you want to lift that foot up, do. Let's add our branches. Hands back to heart. Are we ready? We're going to move into that warrior three. Knee comes forward, push the foot back behind you. Remember, toes can be down if you want, or that leg is lifted. Hands are going to stay at heart. For 3, 2, 1. Come up nice and slow, mindfully, and put that foot down on the floor. Very, very well done. Excellent work. Okay, let's go ahead and face our chair. Now we're going to do a camel pose again, but from standing. Feet are going to be hip distance apart. That belly stays tight, super tight. Okay, so really think about belly button to spine. We're going to place our hands just like we did seated on each side of our spine. Remember, it can be fists if that feels better for you. All right? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to push those hips forward. And all that's happening is now my upper body is lifting naturally. I'm not lifting it, doing anything other than pushing my hips forward. My gaze is where the ceiling and the wall meet. One more breath here. Now pull your belly in, come back to standing. Place your hands in the chair. We're going to hinge forward. Oh, take your time. Hands in that chair. Bring your weight forward a little bit, and let's do a cat and a cow. So we'll start in cow, lifting the heart and lifting the hips. And we'll move into cat, tucking the chin and rounding that back and shoulders. And let's do that one more time. So it's just a nice counter for that camel pose. All right, go ahead now and roll it back up into standing. And we're just going to do that one more time, all right? So place the hands here. We're going to push those hips forward, lifting up, looking where the ceiling and the wall meet. Squeezing our shoulder blades back behind us. We have one more breath. And release it. Come to standing. Hands are going to come down. Oh my goodness, that feels so good. And lift into cow pose. Heart lifts, hips lift, belly falls. Round into cat pose. Belly button to spine. Let the head fall. Let the hips fall. And let's do that one more time. Belly falls, heart lifts, hips lift. Pull the belly in, round the shoulders. Let those hips fall. All right, let's roll it up into a standing position. Okay, very, very good. So we're going to move into a warrior one, warrior two pose, and we're going to do a push-up in between. So here's another opportunity for you to make sure that chair is on carpet or on a sticky, like a yoga mat. So we don't want to push out. We still want to be pushing down anyway, but you just want to make sure that chair is stable, okay? Now, we're going to take the foot next to the back of the chair, and we're going to take just a little step under. So if you bend the knee, your leg can touch that chair. Take a step back with that other foot. Heel is down, foot is at that 45-degree angle. All right? Make sure your hips are facing the seat of your chair. Bend your front knee. Pull that belly in really tight. Lengthen through that tailbone. Lift that heart up. Okay? Bring your hands to heart. We're going to look over our chair, and here we are in a beautiful warrior one pose. All right. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Beautiful. Now, we're going to start with this outside hand, and we're going to windmill around to a warrior two. Try to touch the walls with each fingers, the fingertips of each hand. Bring your ribs to the center of the body. The belly is tight. Shoulders stay down out of the ears. Beautiful warrior two pose. Now, starting with this back hand, we're going to windmill around, and we're going to place both of our hands in the seat of the chair. Okay? You see how this front foot is forward? If you want to leave that front foot right where it is to give yourself some support, leave it there. Fine. If you want to, you're going to step that foot back, and we're going to move into a plank pose. All right? So remember, if you want that foot forward, you're still in plank, but the foot is forward. You're going to give you some support. Otherwise, that foot is back. Remember, we're pressing down on that chair, not out. Are we ready? We're going to bend our elbows. This is called chaturanga. We're going to do a high to low push-up. Bend the elbows down and press it up. Try to keep your plank. Don't let the hips sink. Ready? Down and up. One more. Down and up. Now listen, the other foot, we're going to bring it forward. Spin that back foot flat. Press up into your warrior one. I know we're going to kind of go the other direction, but it's okay. Now we're going to move to warrior two. You're going to be facing away from me. It's all right. Extend those arms long. Pull the shoulders down out of the ears. Ribs are in the center of the body. Squeeze those arms. Try to touch the walls on each side. One more breath here. Back hand. Back hand. It's going to windmill around. You're going to place both hands in the seat of the chair. Now we're ready for that chaturanga. You can leave that front foot forward if you want to, or you can bring that foot back. Everybody bring your weight forward. So we want shoulders right over wrists. Belly is tight. Ready? We're going to do 3 push-ups. Here we go. Down and up. Down and up. Work those triceps. Down and up. Take a step forward and a step forward. Roll it up into a standing position. How'd you do on that one? It's challenging. Let's come to seated. Good work. In our seated position now, we're going to move a little bit forward in our chair, and we're going to do a half Lord of the Fishes pose. We're going to open our right knee nice and wide. So you have one knee facing me and one knee facing that wall. We're going to bring our left arm open. We're going to bring it all the way across the body. Now it might just come to your arm, and that's fine. If it can reach the chair, that's great. Either way, you're going to extend nice and long through the spine, and you're going to turn and look over the back of your chair. Let's open up that arm again. And then we're going to bring it all the way across the body. Extend through the spine. Turn and look over the back of your chair. One more breath here. Let's release that and face forward. And we're going to do the other side. Left knee opens. Right arm opens up. Bring that arm across the body. Grab that chair. Lengthen through the spine. Turn, look over the back of your chair. And let's open. Come across the body. Grab the chair. Lengthen and hinge. And release. Go ahead and face forward. Okay, so we're going to move into pigeon pose. Remember, you can do the ankle to ankle version. That's absolutely fine. Just don't move this right leg. Make your left ankle come across, all right? Or you're going to do ankle to knee. So this knee is just going to kind of hang out here for a moment. Feel that stretch. Okay, if you want a little bit more, you might just stay right here. It's fine. If you want a little bit more, you're going to lengthen through the spine and begin to let that heart fall forward. One more breath here. Let's lift that heart. We're going to move that knee up and down. And then we're going to do that again. Nice long spine, inhale. And then exhale, come down. Feels so good. And up we go. All right, let's do the other side. So remember, if you can do ankle to ankle, it's fine. Or you can do ankle to knee. All right, are we ready? We're just going to hang out here for a moment. Then when you're ready, you're going to lengthen through that spine and begin to let that heart fall forward. And lift up and just move that knee up and down a little bit. And then let's do that again. Extend. We're going to hinge forward. We're breathing. And up we go. All right, very good. Let's move into Shavasana pose. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back if that feels better for you. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Flip those palms up to the ceiling. Close your eyes and just breathe. Let's take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Just make the effort. Just make the effort. Don't overthink it or resent it or wish for something better. Go ahead and get it done. Don't excuse your way out of it or look for someone else to blame. Will it be difficult? That's mostly a judgment call, and one that does not change the situation. What will change the situation is action, or lack of it. So it's up to you and what you do, whether that change is for the better or for the worse. This is a turning point. This is the time when you can do something to positively affect the way your life unfolds. So go ahead, do it, make the effort, give it your best. Your world is ready for your decision, for your decisive action to improve. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that left hand down towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Give the head a gentle tug. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Give the head a gentle tug as you press that right hand down towards the floor. Release it. Looking up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say, Namaste. Very well done, my fellow bottoms downies. We have made it to the end of class number 15. So I hope that you'll join me again to the next class. Click that subscribe button, leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.